For example 2, it says at 1 p.m., 2 planes leave Rome to fly to Paris. One flies 46 miles per hour faster than the other. One plane lands at 2:30 p.m. and the other 10 minutes later. Find the distance between Rome and Paris. As you read this problem, you should be picking out that we have something to do with time and something to do with rate. And the question asks us about distance. Those should be some of your key indicators that this is a rate times time equals distance problem. So I would set up an organization chart here to organize some of the information that we have. Now we have 2 planes. So this is going to be plane 1 and plane 2. Let's now reread through the problem and try to take notes down here on the information that we can pick out. At 1 p.m., the 2 planes leave. Okay, so right here is a time factor. Is there anything else about time throughout the problem that's going to help us? Well, right here it says one plane lands at 2:30 and the other 10 minutes later. So if they left at 1 and are arriving at 2:30, the first plane traveled for 1.5 hours. And you can write this as 3/2 or keep it as an exact decimal here. Now the other plane is a little more complicated because it's 10 minutes later. So that's actually going to be 1 hour and 40 minutes because they would have landed at 2:40 instead of 2:30. Now, if you want to convert 1 hour 40 minutes in your calculator, you would do as such. This would be 1 hour plus 40 over 60 hours because it's 40 minutes out of the total 60 minutes. Then if you hit math, enter, your calculator will give you a fully reduced fraction of 5/3. This particular plane was in the air for 5/3 hours. Now let's look for our rate information. It says one flies 46 miles per hour faster. Well, which one would be the faster plane? The one that gets there in less time or the one that gets there in more time? The faster plane would be the one that gets there in less time. So if we call this rate unknown, this rate would be 46 miles per hour faster. And both of these are in miles per hour. Time is in hour. Those check. So now it says, find the distance between Rome and Paris. Okay, great. Every time you have a rate and time box filled in, you can fill in the distance box. This would be 1.5 or 3/2 times x plus 46. And the second one would be the 5/3 times the x. Now for these type of problems, you need to figure out, are the distances equal or do they total something? So let's look back to the problem. 2 planes leave Rome and fly to Paris. So they leave from the same position and they're arriving at the same position, which means that their distances would be equal. So our equation would be the 3/2 times the x plus 46 would be equivalent to 5/3 x. And again, I would encourage you to eliminate the fractions as you go to solve this equation. So I have denominators of 3 and 2. I'm going to multiply through by 6. So it's 6 divided by 2 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. So we would have 9 times x plus 46 equals 6 divided by 3 is 2. 2 times 5 is 10, equaling 10x. And you can continue to solve this down and you will get x equals 414. The last step to solving any word problem is to go back and answer the question. The question asks us to find the distance between Rome and Paris. So which part of our chart represents the distance between Rome and Paris? Right here. Either this box or this box. Remember, these two are equivalent. This represents the distance between Rome and Paris. This number, look right here, represents the rate of plane number 2. So in order to answer the distance question, I'm going to plug it in here to the easier one. 5/3 times x, which we found to be 414, and I'm going to get 690. That 690 is how many, go back to your unit here, miles Rome is from Paris, according to this problem.